What's up, guys? It's Neurotic, and I'm going to be showing the 1-2-1 video that I already put on the channel, but wanted to talk a little bit about what was going on in it. If you're not familiar with the tank itself, it's the Chinese Tier 10 medium. It more or less has the Soviet type design. It has the thick turret, big gun. Can do pretty well hull down as a medium, but where it lacks is gun depression, and it doesn't come into play so much in this game, but with 5 degrees of gun depression you really can't ridge poke with it. It doesn't have much effect here on Prokhorovka in the end, but it's something to keep in mind if you're thinking about the tank and don't have it. It's a great tank. I love it. A lot of people don't because of the gun depression, amongst other things. I can't explain why. I just do. I love it, and trying to get better in it. And this was a really good game for that. But what I really wanted to talk about was, putting your carry pants on. We had my platoon mate and I had a series of just rough games. Even when we won, it just felt like we were, fighting tooth and nail for it. We had a lot of difficulty with bad play from teammates. Not every game, but a lot of them. And this was our last game of the night. We're going to end on that. And whether it was a good game or a bad game, it was our last game of the night. Thankfully, it was a good one. But here you can see I'm without the gun depression. I'm not going over to that hill. I'm playing the middle, and in the middle you start out with a fight with the lights just to get dominance on spotting and being able to shoot the targets beyond that little ridge line right there. And earlier you probably saw I hit that T-49 that originally shot me for the little bit of damage I have right now, and I hit his ammo rack. That's making him play a little more conservatively now than he initially was, and that plays in our favor. Allows me to poke around. Now arty shells occasionally will go off around me, but because I'm staying fairly mobile, arty doesn't pay a great deal of attention to me in this game, and that's a good thing too. And there's only one. You can see here at this point I've abandoned that front ridge for the moment because an IS-7 has pushed way too deep into our territory, and it's a risky move on his part. He does have support coming, but he's wandered into our camping TDs back here. There are 3 of them basically in A2, and they're the ones requesting fire of all things. You would think they would be doing the shooting. They're supposed to be destroying tanks, but at any rate, my platoon mate ends up killing him. As you can see there, Goldslinger comes across, knocks him out. Meanwhile, I'm shooting the things that would be shooting at him until he can get some kind of cover from him. And I try to keep focusing on them, but I'm getting shot from an Cent AX in the middle that just wants a piece of me, and continues to want a piece of me through the game until finally I get him. So I work my way back into the mid so that I can pay more attention to him now that the initial threat is done. Goldslinger has TD support for what it's worth back there, although they don't end up being a great deal of help, as you'll see. So far there are 2 kills on the board. One of them is the one that Goldslinger put on the IS-7. So far our platoon is responsible for one of the kills, and Goldslinger just killed the Cent AX that was over on the side that I had originally shot. So now the platoon is responsible for 2 kills out of our 3, but as you can see it is now 6-3. I bring it up 6-4 with that shot on the Skoda. But because of the pattern of the night, and maybe you guys have seen this, where your team just falls into a pit all of a sudden. You're 1 tank down, 2 tanks down, and suddenly your team just starts to evaporate. Our guys are kind of holding the hill over there, but they've let lights get past them. A T-49 gets in behind us over here, and even though I'm aware of him back there, I don't pay any attention to him, and he's going to end up popping me right there in the back of the turret, which makes me pay attention to him. And for now, what I'm ending up doing, rather than engaging with him because of the things poking this ridge here, is I just climb over this hump so that it's between me and the T-49 for a little while, so that I can focus on the tanks here. And lo and behold, there's a Batchat trying to cross over for whatever reason, so I take him out with a really skillful snapshot. All the skill in that snapshot, and you know what I mean. RBRT for the win. At this point, lights are kind of YOLOing, and they're focusing on Goldslinger. And so of course I'm coming over to help him. And here I get kind of a semi-good shot. I hit the gun on the T-49, and he probably cannot repair that because I'd already busted his ammo rack earlier. And then I come after this Brit tank, the Setter I think it is, and or no, it's the Tier 8, I'm sorry. And he's giving me a hard time here. And when I finally land one, of course, it's a track and it doesn't even stop him, which kind of upsets me at the time, and I think I exclaimed, "Seriously?" Then the T-49 comes to me, and that's another skillful snapshot. RBRT for the win, always. Live and die by it, man. Not really, but sometimes you can get away with it. There we go. Now both lights are down. I've got 4 kills. The game is now 11-9. You know, we've got it back in hand, but we're still. It's only 2 tanks, and you know, quite honestly, I don't have faith in the TDs back there. You see that our Hesh barn, well, ex-Hesh barn, AP barn, HE barn, whatever you want to call it now, just died. So now they're even in the game back up, and this NAX finally make his big mistake there and stop paying attention to me, and that lets me take him out. And then I'm going to turn my attention to that Jaggaroo, which has its side to me, not paying me any attention. Of course, he probably doesn't even know that I exist, but he does now. So he is destroyed, and now the game is very well in hand. Now this Tier 8 STRV is over here. I look at the M103, but I don't have any shots on him, and I know that Goldslinger's going over there to help the TD, so I'm not paying any attention to it. I'm trusting my platoon mate, and you know, that's going to pay off. We've played together for years, so you know, we can rely on each other. So I keep focus on the STRV. I take a shot there, trying to hit him blind, thinking that he had poked up a little bit. He hadn't. No harm, no foul. Come back up, and for some reason, he turns his side to me, but unfortunately that shot, I donkey right past him, right over the top. But this time, fully aimed. Good night, Irene. Alright. So at this point, we're down to the M103. Game is in hand. We've won it. Unfortunately, Goldslinger does finally get taken out. And there's the the other 4005 getting his shot in. Just a few seconds too late. Probably on a reload. I know how that goes. But there you go. The whole point of that is sometimes you have to put your carry pants on, even if, like us, you like to play in the nude. You have to realize when your team is starting to slip like that, play calm rather than excited. You know, don't get all wound up. Just nerves of steel, man. You know, calm down and get her done. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe by all means, and I will see you guys next time. Neurotic out.